Welcome to TTV News with some latest events in the province. The Orient. In the afternoon of February 15, the Vietnam Bank for Social Policies have a nationwide online campaign to implement credit policies in accordance with Resolution 11 of the government. Mr. Ho Allen, Minister, Chairman of the Committee for Ethnic Minorities, attended and chaired the campaign.
After 1 year of implementing Resolution number 11, dated January 30, 2022, of the government on the program of socio-economic recovery and development, the Bank for Social Policies has disbursed credit application reached 16,024 billion Vietnam dong, with nearly 300,000 customers getting loans. However, the outstanding balance of credit programs under resolution is only 84.3%. In some localities, the progress of reviewing, making, and approving the list of policy beneficiaries is still slow, of which 7 localities have not yet approved the list of beneficiaries. Some localities have approved the list of policy beneficiaries, but have not yet ensured the legal elements for the Bank for Social Policies to lend. Based on the aggregate demand for loans for credit programs, according to Resolution number 11 for the period of 2022-2023 and reviewing the plans for 2023 of localities, the capital is expected to increase by 22,770 billion Vietnam dong compared to 2022. Speaking at the conference, Mr. Ho Allen suggested that the Bank for Social Policies continue to advise and submit to the government to assign the credit plan in 2023, promote development, declare and disperse credit policies, lending interest rates, support policies according to the government's Resolution 11 to ensure the right subjects, publicity and transparency, timely grasp and coordinate with ministry and branches, to report to the Prime Minister to remove difficulties and obstacles arising in the implementation process, actively and rightly mobilize capital sources, receive entrusted capital from the local budget, issue government guaranteed bonds, and mobilize deposits from organizations and individuals to meet capital demand.
In the morning of February 15, Mr. Nguyễn Thành Tâm, Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of the People's Council of TayNinhTV Province, chaired a conference on training and fostering knowledge and skills for internal affairs, prevention and fighting against corruption work, negativity and judicial reform to Congress and party members of the departments, agencies and mass organizations and localities in the province. This conference is held in person and online.
During one day, the delegates learned a number of topics, including basic contents and new points about policies, viewpoints, key tasks, internal affairs and judicial reform, basic issues on policies, viewpoints, tasks and solutions, on preventing and fighting against corruption and negativity, as well as related issues. The leadership of the Party Committee to law enforcement agencies in the investigation and handling of cases, according to Directive 26, dated November 9, 2018, of the Politburo on strengthening leadership of the party in investigating and handling cases. The organization of the training conference shows the close attention and high political determination of the Provincial Party Standing Committee in continuously improving the quality of internal affairs and fighting against corruption, negativity, and judicial reform. At the same time, it is also an opportunity for the heads of party committees, organizations, authorities at all levels, agencies, units, and officials to advise on internal affairs, anti-corruption, and judicial reform in the province. In addition, this is also an opportunity to discuss and solve problems in order to gradually improve the quality of advice and organize the effective implementation of assigned political tasks. Speaking at the conference to deploy the direction and task of propaganda and training work in 2023, Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái, Standing Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, asked the propaganda and training sector at all levels in the province to continue to perform well its role of paving the way. In particular, regarding the direction and task of 2023, Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái asked the propaganda and training sector at all levels in the province to identify the key tasks of actively actively advising the party committees to make a preliminary review between the terms of implementing the resolution of the party congress at all levels for the term of 2020-2025. Continue to actively advise on the deploying, mastery, and implementation of the party's resolutions and directives in a timely, practical, and effective manner. In addition, actively advise the party committee and strengthen the inspection and supervision of advisory and assisting agencies in the deploying, mastery, and implementation of the party's resolution. Supervision is not only regular but also thematic and must adhere to the party's viewpoints and policies on inspection and supervision. Inspecting must be focused, select pressing issues to check from party organizations, agencies, and units. We must associate with the inspection and supervision of the head, the role and personal responsibility of the head. He also asked the propaganda department at all levels in the province to stick to the goals, tasks, and solutions mentioned in the resolution 2023 of the provincial party committee and local party committees to grasp the situation, propagate and implement thoroughly in order to bring the resolution to life soon and achieve the best results.
Ladies and gentlemen, recognizing the importances of the environmental protections contributing to the successful implementations of the National Targets Program on building new rural areas, the time for localities in the province to effectively implement environmental protections, building a bright, green, clean, beautiful rural landscape.
Over the years, localities in the province have regularly organized to grab people to implement schemes and plans to organize classification, collection, and transportation of solid waste in accordance with regulations. At the same time, propagandize and mobilize people to preserve and restore the rural landscape, increase the rate of planting flowers and scatter trees, in association with the implementation of the project on planting 1 billion trees in the period of 2021-2025 in the province, and get some outstanding results. In addition, localities have also effectively implemented the program strengthening environmental protection for safety and rural clean water supply in the rural construction in the 2021-2025 period. Activities launched in response to World Environment Day and Environmental Action Month with the theme Only One Earth were organized. The province has 535 hamlets and neighborhoods belonging to 94 communes, wards, and townships, organizing activities in response with more than 10,000 participants. In order to achieve the target by 2025, the percentage of rural population with hygienic water supply will reach 100%. In the period to 2025, TayNinhTV province will implement projects on upgrading, repairing, and renovating concentrated water supply works. Currently, the management, operation, and exploitation of concentrated rural water supply works are focused on implementation. Rural clean water supply network is newly invested, upgraded, and repaired. Particularly in 2022, the whole province has repaired and replaced 19 pumps, 7 pipelines, 5 electrical systems at water supply works, installed and used inverter pump technology to replace the old technology. This means using a water tower to maintain stable pressure at 24 per 70 water supply works, reaching a rate of over 34%, meeting continuous water supply for people. Up to now, the number of households using water at pumping stations has reached over 20,800 households. The rate of rural population using hygienic water is over 99%. The percentage of rural households using clean water, meeting the national technical standards on water quality, reached 66%. Periodically, the Center for Clean Water and Rural Environmental Sanitation has organized sampling of water quality monitoring at concentrated water supply works as planned. At the same time, the center also regularly organizes cleaning. Chemicals and materials are replaced and water treated periodically.
The audience how to make people more convenient in carrying out administrative procedures is a question that the People's Committee of Trảng Bàng Thao focus on when implementing administrative reform in the area. For that reason, from October 2021, Trang Bang will start piloting the procedures for registrations of establishments and operations of business households at district level to the departments of receiving and returning results of commutes and works to result. Up to now, this pilot has proven its effectiveness and bringing many benefits to people.
Mr. Nguyễn Thế Vương, a resident of Gia Huỳnh Quarter, Trang Bang Road, Trang Bang Thảo, who wants to register for the establishment of business to earn extra income for his family, he went to carry out procedures at the receiving and returning department of Trang Bang Road instead of having to go to town as right. When he came here, he was supported and guided enthusiastically. With a few simple procedures, his application was received quickly and the result was returned within 3 days as right. I'm very satisfied with the pilot of the Task People's Committee assigned to the works. People do not have to spend a lot of time of waiting and traveling. After the application is received, civil servants at the Department of Receiving and Returning the Results of Trang Bang Road perform the process completely in an electronic form with a few quick and easy steps. After people go to the Receiving and Resource Returning Department, the People's Committee of Trang Bang Road submits their documents. The staff will receive the people's documents and transfer them to the electronic one-stop shop system. That result is stipulated to be returned within 3 working days. Most of the results are returned in advance to the people and directly via public postal service. Trang Bang Thảo is a border town of the province with 10 wards and communes. Some communes are up to 20 kilometers from the town center, especially in the west of some communes such as Phước Bình and Phước Chỉ. It is necessary to carry out administrative procedures at the district level. They have to move so far, consuming a lot of time and money. Therefore, the pilot implementation of procedures for registration of business households establishment at the Department of Receiving and Returning Results in wards and communes has brought great joy to the people. Up to now, the pilot has been effective. Initially, the handling of procedures brings the practical effectiveness, helping reduce costs in carrying out administrative procedures, including moving and administrative procedures time, through reviewing and evaluating in the coming time. Trang Bang Thảo will continue to implement a number of procedures in the field of civil status justice. According to statistics from the pilot implementation until now, a total of 512 records have arisen in Trang Bang Road, while the whole town this number is 2,875 records. Almost all were resolved ahead of time and on time. This has contributed to increasing people's trust and satisfaction, bringing procedures closer to the people. Facilitating the handling of dossiers and procedures is necessary, especially in areas where it is difficult to access information technology. This job is also creating conditions to support people to get used to performing administrative procedures online and also to work towards building a digital government in the direction of the province.
That's all for today, TTV News. Thanks for watching and see you next time.